quiet on this broken chair. Old boards creak in the cooling air. The tired guitar rests by my side, like a friend who watched the years go by. Crickets sing where the daylight died. Smoke drifts slow like a passing tide. And somewhere far in the whispering dark, I hear the echo of a younger heart. There was a time these hands were strong, playing bars all night long, laughing loud with a reckless fire, chasing dreams that burn much higher. But roads grow long and hearts grow thin. You lose a few, you try again, and every mile you walk alone leaves another crack in bone. Now it's ashes on the porch tonight, memories fading in the porch light. Songs I sang and the love I knew drift away like morning dew. This old guitar still knows my name, even when the world forgets my flame. So I play these chords till the dark feels warm, with ashes on the porch till the coming dawn. Mary left in the autumn rain, said my songs carried too much pain. She kissed my cheek and walked away, like the ending of a long sad play. I still hear her humming low in the places the cold winds blow, and every string I gently bend feels like calling her again. My brother's boots still sit by the door. He ain't coming round no more. War took more than it should have claimed, left a silence I can't tame. So I pour a drink for ghosts tonight, raise my glass to fade and light, and let this porch become my stage for the last lines of a weathered page. Now it's ashes on the porch tonight, memories fading in the porch light. Songs I sang and the love I knew drift away like morning dew. This old guitar still knows my name, even when the world forgets my flame. So I play these chords till the dark feels warm, with ashes on the porch till the coming dawn. Like the wind through the fields of old, every note a dusty road, every breath a story told. The stars lean close to hear the sound of a man who's slowing down. But music don't grow old like bones, it just finds another home. Morning's gonna come someday, take this tired soul away. But until that quiet call, I'll keep singing through it all. Let the echoes drift and roam through the fields I've called my home. And if someone hears my song, maybe they'll keep it moving on. It's ashes on the porch tonight, but the fire still holds a little light. Every tear and every tune dances softly with the moon. This old guitar still breathes and sighs like a truth that never dies. So I'll play these chords till the dark feels warm, with ashes on the porch till the coming dawn. Crickets hum and the night grows deep. Old regrets begin to sleep. The guitar fades slow in the quiet dark, and the ashes glow on the porch of my heart. The wind moves slow through the cottonwood trees, like a whisper of forgotten melodies. The porch light flickers soft and low, same old place from years ago. The chair still creaks where I used to sit, with a heart too young to understand it. The world kept leaving one by one, but this old guitar never learned to run. I bought it cheap in a roadside town, paint half worn and the strings bent down. But when I played that first old chord, it sounded like a life restored. We crossed some miles and dusty bars under broken neon stars. Every night another song, trying to prove where I belonged. There was a girl with autumn hair, used to sit beside me there, humming low while I would play, like the night might never fade away. But dreams are birds that seldom stay, they spread their wings and drift away. She left one dawn without a sound, just her memory hanging around. But the guitar stayed through the years, through the laughter and the tears, through the nights that felt too long, and the silence after every song, when the world just walked away and every promise went astray. Through the cold and lonely days, the guitar stayed. My brother once sang harmony, said these songs would set us free. We played beneath the summer sky, never thinking time would fly. Then war came knocking at the door, took the voice I knew before. Now sometimes in the quiet night, I swear I hear him in the light. The towns have changed, the bars are gone, the roads feel strange I walk upon, but these fingers still remember how to hold a memory in the now. Each string holds 1,000 miles. Every chord recalls old smiles. And when I play, I almost see the man I used to be. Still the guitar stayed through the years, through the laughter and the tears, through the nights that felt too long, and the silence after every song. When the world just walked away, and every promise went astray, through the cold and lonely days, the guitar stayed. Soft piano drifts like falling rain through the windows of my brain. Every note a photograph of the roads inside my past. Wind moves slow across the plain, carrying echoes back again. And every whisper in the air sounds like someone who was there. Someday these hands will finally rest, laid quiet on my weary chest. But maybe somewhere down the line, another soul will hear these rhymes. They'll pick it up and softly play, let new songs find their way. And in those chords my voice might hide, still walking by their side. Because the guitar stayed through the years, through the laughter and the tears, through the nights that felt too long, and the silence after every song. When the world just walked away, and every promise went astray, when the dust of time betrayed, the guitar stayed. The wind grows quiet by the trees, carrying old melodies. The porch light fades into the gray, but the guitar still stayed.
There's a quiet in the evening sky, where the old roads wandered by. The wind hums low through broken signs, like it's reading faded lines. My boots still rest beside the door, covered in a life before. Every grain of dusty ground feels like miles I've walked around. I left home when I was 22, with a guitar and a restless view. A highway long in a borrowed ride, and a song I carry deep inside. Truck stop lights and neon bars, coffee cups and falling stars. Every town another another face. Every night a different place. There was a girl in Arkansas with a laugh that shook my heart in awe. We danced slow on a wooden floor, like the world couldn't ask for more. But dawn came quick and mouths called loud. Dreams don't live where hearts stay proud. She waved goodbye in the morning sun, and the road rolled on when love was done. Now there's dust in my old boots tonight from 1,000 roads out of sight. Every mile left a scar or two underneath the fading moon. The years keep blowing through my soul like tumbleweeds that never slow. But every step I once pursued still sleeps in the dust of my old boots. Played my songs in Texas rain, crowded bars and empty trains. Sometimes cheers would fill the air, sometimes silence waited there. But a song ain't meant for gold or fame. It's just a man calling his name across the nights he can't outrun, across the miles he's walking from. My father said before he died, son, the road is a restless tide. It'll carry you far away, but never let your soul decay. I tried my best to walk that line between the whiskey and the rhyme, and every chord I learned to choose still echoes in these old worn shoes. Now there's dust in my old boots tonight from 1,000 roads out of sight. Every mile left a scar or two underneath the fading moon. The years keep blowing through my soul like tumbleweeds that never slow. But every step I once pursued still sleeps in the dust of my old boots. Steel guitar cries soft and long, like it remembers every song. Every town I left behind still drifts somewhere inside my mind. The highway hums its endless prayer through broken lines and desert air. And though the road is slowed its truth, it still whispers through these boots. Now the porch light burns at night, and the world feels small and quiet. But sometimes when the wind rolls through, I feel the call I once knew. The map may fade, the miles may rust, but songs are stronger than the dust. And somewhere down another route, a younger man still walks it out. There's dust in my old boots tonight, from the miles beneath the fading light. Every road that carried me still lives in old memory. The world may turn and seasons move, but the heart remembers every groove and every dream I once pursued. Still breathes in the dust of my old boots. The wind drifts slow through twilight skies, like a road that never dies. And somewhere far beyond the blues, still
the room is colder than it used to be. The chair sits where you used to lean. The clock still ticks against the wall, but it don't say much at all. The kettle sings a lonely tune to a fading winter moon, and every shadow in the light feels like it remembers you tonight. There was a fire in this old house once, bright enough to warm our bones. We laughed loud at nothing much, turned simple moments into home. Your voice would float across the air like a song too soft to hold. Now the silence fills the space where loved ones burn like gold. And the fire went quiet one cold night, just a whisper left in fading light. The warmth we knew slipped through my hands like drifting smoke across the land. Now the echoes walk these empty rooms, and the darkness hums a lonely tune. All that's left inside my heart is where the fire fell apart. Your coffee cup still waits for dawn, right beside the window pane. Sometimes I forget you're gone, till the quiet calls your name. I still talk to you sometimes, like you're listening somewhere near, but the wind just answers back through the ghosts of every year. Remember nights of summer rain, when thunder rolled across the sky. You'd rest your head upon my arm and laugh when lightning flashed by. We thought time was on our side, like a road that never ends. But life don't want a wandering heart when the last goodbye begins. And the fire went quiet one cold night, just a memory holding light. All the dreams
dreams we used to share drift like ashes in the air. Now the shadows sit with me where your laughter used to be, and the warmth that once lived here feels 1,000 miles from here. The piano cries a fragile chord like it's searching for your voice. Every note a fading step, every silence a hard choice. If love could live in melodies, you'd still be right here tonight. But songs can only hold the truth, they can't bring back the light. I found your scarf the other day, folded by the bedroom door. It still smelled like autumn leaves and the life we had before. I held it close against my chest, like a promise lost in time. And for a moment in that breath, you were almost mine. Yes, the fire went quiet long ago, just a fading ember's glow. But the love we built inside still refuses to subside. Though the nights grow long and wide, and the world keeps rolling by, in the ashes of the past, your warmth will always last. The wind moves slow across the plain, carrying whispers through the rain. The piano fades into the night, and somewhere deep inside the dark, the fire remembers light.
There's a box beneath my window, covered up in dust and years. Paper edges turning yellow, ink still stained with silent tears. The wind moves slow across the floor, like it's reading every line. Stories written long ago from a younger heart of mine. I wrote the first one in the fall, when the leaves were turning red. Told you how the nights grew cold since the last words we both said. I folded up my restless thoughts, sealed them with a trembling hand. But fear can stop a man from truth. So that letter never left this land. Another one in wintertime, while the snow fell soft and deep. I confessed the dreams I'd lost and the promises I couldn't keep. Your photograph sat by the lamp while the whiskey burned my chest. But pride's a stubborn kind of pain, and I never mailed the rest. Now these letters never sent hold the words that heaven meant. Every page a quiet cry from a love that passed me by. If the wind could read them through, maybe it would find its way to you. But they sleep where regret has been. These letters never sent. I wrote again in early spring when the rivers broke their ice. Tried to say I missed your laugh and the way you gave advice. But some bridges burn too fast and some hearts can't find repair. So I sealed it with another sigh and left the truth just lying there. Years rolled on like wandering trains through the towns I drifted by. Every mile another thought of the look inside your eyes. I'd hear your voice in passing songs or the whistle of the wind. But time don't wait for wounded men to send the words they pen. Now these letters never sent carry all the love I meant. Every line a fading plea from the man I used to be. If the stars could read them too, maybe they would shine them back to you. But they rest where the past has been. These letters never sent. The harmonica sighs tonight like a train lost in the rain. Every note a distant road calling out your name again. Sometimes silence speaks the most of the things we fail to say. And every quiet midnight hour feels like yesterday. Someday when this house grows still and these hands are laid to rest, someone might open that old box and read the love I never confessed. They'll see the ink that tried to speak where courage couldn't start, and understand how fear can live inside a human heart. Yes, these letters never sent hold the truth of what I meant. Every page a lonely flame calling softly through your name. If forgiveness drifts on air, maybe one day it'll find me there. Till then, they rest where time has been. These letters never sent. The night grows quiet by the door. Wind moves slowly through again, and the box still keeps the stories of letters never sent. Never sent.
The neon buzz like a tired fly above the door that wouldn't shine. A broken stool and dusty floor, like 100 nights before. The bartender nodded slow, like he'd seen the years I'd known. And in the silence of that room, my guitar began to moan. I used to fill these smoky halls with songs that climbed the walls. Crowds would shout my ragged name, like the night was mine to claim. But time don't dance the way it did when a man was just a kid. Now the chairs sit half asleep where the loudest cheers once lived. I tuned my strings beneath the light, hands a little slow tonight. The bartender poured a glass, said looks like the years went fast. I laughed low and played a chord, like a prayer without a Lord. Every note a worn out road, every lyric slightly scarred. This might be the last bar I play before the music fades away. One more song for empty air, one more truth from no one there. But a song don't need a crowd to rise up strong and sing out loud. Sometimes blues just finds its way in the last bar that you play. A couple sat beside the stage, young enough to miss my age. They held hands beneath the light, like love had just begun tonight. I sang about the years gone by, about the dreams that learned to die. And I swear I saw her eyes shining like a lullaby. My fingers bent the final string, let the lonely echo ring. The bass hums soft beneath the sound, like a train leaving town. And every note I ever knew fell into that smoky blue, like ghosts returning for a while to hear the man they once all knew. This might be the last bar I play before the night steals me away. One more chord beneath the light, one more memory for the night. If tomorrow calls my name and the world forgets my flame, at least the blues still had its say in the last bar that I played. The guitar cried low and slow, like a river years ago. Every softly through my name. Some songs never really die, they just drift across the sky, waiting for another soul to let the music fly. I packed my case around midnight. Neon flickered weak and white. The bartender shook my hand like he seemed to understand. Outside the wind began to roam through streets that once felt like my home. And somewhere in the quiet air, my old blues kept walking on. Yes, that was the last bar I played, where the final song was laid. Every chord I left behind still echoes in my mind. If the road forgets my name and the stars burn out my flame, at least the blues had one more day. In the last bar that I played, the neon dimmed, the night grew white, my guitar resting by my side, and somewhere deep within that grave still lives the last bar I played. Neon buzzed like a tide flag above the door. The lantern burns a tired light on a cabin lost in night. The wind moves slow through broken trees, like a ghost that knows my name. Old floorboards whisper where I walk. Every step begins to talk, and the silence in this room feels heavier than shame. There was a time this house was warm, filled with laughter and a storm of children running down the hall, and songs against the fall. But choices made with reckless hands turn love to drifting sand. Now every echo in this place feels like a reprimand. I see her shadow in the flame, though the years erased her name. She used to hum beside the fire while the snow fell just the same. I traded peace for restless roads and dreams that never stayed. And when I came back home again, the price had long been paid. Now there's shadows on the wooden wall where the lantern light will fall. Every shape a memory of the man I used to be. They move slow in the trembling flame, like they're whispering my name. And the truth I tried to stall lives in shadows on the wooden wall. My father carved this house by hand from the bones of this old land. Said, son, a home ain't made of wood, but the love you understand. I nodded like a foolish boy, too proud to hear his call. Now his words hang like the dark across this lonely hall. The wind outside begins to cry like a train that's passing by, and somewhere in that hollow sound I hear a last goodbye. If time could walk back through that door, I'd mend what I once tore. But regret is just a shadow of a life you can't restore. There's shadows on the wooden wall where the lantern light will fall. Every shape a silent plea from forgotten memory. They move slow across the grain like cold tears in falling rain. And the past still stands tall in shadows on the wooden wall. The guitar whispers low tonight like a prayer without its light. Every chord a wounded truth, every pause a fading youth. The stars lean close beyond the pain, listening through the pain. But heaven don't erase the scars of the roads we entertain. Soon the lantern will burn low, and this house will let me go. But maybe when the morning comes, the wind won't sound so cold. And maybe somewhere in that dawn, forgiveness might recall the lonely man who sat alone with shadows on the wooden wall. Yes, there's shadows on the wooden wall, still dancing in the fall. Every shape a fading trace of a love I can't replace. They tremble with the dying flame, still whispering my name. And the past will always call through shadows on the wooden wall. The lantern fades, the night stands still beyond the quiet hill. And somewhere in that endless hall, still wander shadows on the wooden wall.
There's an old guitar by the window tonight, paint worn thin from years of fight. The wood still hums when the wind rolls in, like it's waiting to begin. Some strings are gone, some barely hold, like the stories that grow old. But if you lean in close enough,
you can hear what time once told. I bought that guitar in a pawn shop town, back when the world didn't slow me down. 6 bright strings and a restless heart, both too young to fall apart. Played it loud in roadside bars, under tight electric stars, every song a burning flame, every night a different scar. There was a girl who loved my sound, said my voice could spin the ground. She danced slow when the music cried, like the blues were on her side. But songs don't always pay the rent, and dreams can leave a man half bent. She kissed my cheek and whispered low, some fires just ain't heaven sent. But broken strings still sing somehow, even when they're hanging down. Every crack inside the wood still remembers something good, though the years can bend a soul and the nights can take their toll. If you listen through the pain, broken strings still sing again. My brother once played harmony, said the road would set us free. We chased songs through dusty towns till the war came rolling round. He left one dawn without a sound, never made it back around. Now sometimes when I play alone, I swear his voice is in that sound. The bars grew quiet one by one, like the setting of the sun. Crowds moved on to louder things, brighter lights and younger kings. But music ain't a race you win, it's the breath that lives within. And every chord I slowly play feels like meeting him again. Yes, broken strings still sing tonight, through the dark and fading light. Every bend and every scar shows you just how strong they are. Though the world forgets your tune and the echoes leave too soon, if your heart still holds the ring, broken strings will always sing. The harmonica sighs in the air, like a prayer that isn't there. Every note adrift in flame, calling out a fading name. Time can rust the brightest gold, leave the proudest stories cold. But music finds a way to breathe through the cracks of growing old. Someday these hands will finally rest, laid quiet upon my chest. But maybe someone passing through will hear a chord they never knew. They'll pick it up and softly play, let the old songs find their way. And somewhere in that gentle ring, my ghost might start to sing. Yes, broken strings still sing somehow, even when they're breaking down. Every scar inside the grain turns the sorrow into rain. Though the road may twist and bend and the music reach its end, in the silence of the wind. Broken strings still sing again. The night grows deep, the lantern fades, dust drifts slow across the blades, and softly through the aging wind, the broken strings still sing again.
Rain taps soft on the windshield glass, like a song from the distant past. Headlights drift through the midnight gray, on a road that forgot my name. The engine hums like a quiet prayer through the cold and empty air. And somewhere in the fading storm, my old guitar begins to mourn. I drove these highways years ago, when my heart burned wild and low, with a map of dreams inside my coat, and a song inside my throat. Every town had a bar of light, every night had a reckless fight between the man I tried to be and the ghost that followed me. There was a girl in a border town where the river slowly rolled around. She said, "Stay here, don't chase the wind. Some roads ain't worth the end." But the wheels beneath my restless soul kept spinning like they knew the toll. And by the time I looked behind, she was just another line. Now there's rain over empty roads tonight, falling through the fading light. Every mile of memory of the man I couldn't be. The thunder hums a lonely code across these silent broken roads. And somewhere in the drifting gray, my past still finds its way. Truck stop coffee, bitter and black, neon signs that flicker back to nights when songs could fill a room, and silence never came too soon. But crowds move on and voices fade, like the deals that life once made. And the only sound that stays around is rain on empty ground. The radio whispers through the night, some old blues in quiet light, a melody I used to play before the years slipped away. I hum along beneath my breath, like a man outrunning death. But time don't slow for wandering men, or roads that never end. Still there's rain over empty roads tonight, falling through the pale moonlight. Every mile a faded sign, pointing back through space and time. The storm rolls slow across the plains, like an old forgotten pain. And somewhere far beyond the grave,
my younger soul still plays. Electric guitar cries through the rain like a distant passing train, every echo drifting wild through the darkness at my side. If highways kept the truth we hide, they'd tell of hearts that slowly died, chasing dreams beneath the sky. That never learned to fly. Dawn will break beyond this storm, painting fields in quiet warm. And maybe then I'll find some peace when the restless miles release. But till that morning finds my bones, I'll keep driving through these tones where every drop of falling rain repeats my life again. Yes, there's rain over empty roads tonight, washing out the neon light, every mile a ghostly trace of a long forgotten place. The thunder fades beyond the hills, but the memory lingers still, and somewhere in the falling rain my old songs live again. The storm grows quiet down the road, the headlights dim their lonely glow, and far beyond the midnight sky the rain keeps falling where my old dreams lie. I used to fill these empty rooms with sound, with broken dreams I never wrote down. The radio hummed like a distant friend, but every song must find its end. I held my youth in trembling hands like fading light on shifting sand. Now all I hear is what remains, the quiet space between the pain. There was a time my voice was fire, burning through each lifted wire. But time it came without a name, and slowly turned the spark to flame. The piano sleeps beneath the dust, the strings are rust, the words are rust. Still I sit here letting go of everything I used to know. And I fade like notes into the air, like I was never really there. Every melody I leave behind is just a shadow in the mind. When the last chord breaks in two, I'll disappear like morning dew. There's nothing left for me to say, just silence after songs decay. Just silence after songs decay. The walls remember what I sang, each echo like a church bell rang. But echoes fade, they always do, just like the things I held as true. I see the younger version of my face, still chasing time I can't replace. He doesn't know what I became, a fading voice without a name. If you listen close, you might still hear the ghost of notes I held so dear. But don't hold on, don't stay too long. Even ghosts must move along. The final page is almost gone. The ink is weak, the light is drawn. I write my end without a sound, just letting silence wrap around. And I fade like notes into the air, like I was never really there. Every melody I leave behind is just a shadow in the mind. When the last chord breaks into, I'll disappear like morning dew. No more lines for me to say, just silence after songs decay. No more songs to hold me near. No more reason, no more fear. Just a fading, gentle stream. The end of sound.